Hi guys, my name is Bobby. Welcome back to my channel. And yesterday I hit 1K subscribers. Kind of flabbergasted. I know it was because I was on Steph's sprints. Steph from Steph Loves, I'll link her down below. Her and I've been acquaintances for a couple of years now. I subscribed to her when she was just starting out, and her and I had talked a couple of times. But yesterday she invited me to join her on her sprints, and I spent 12 hours yesterday sprinting, which was a whole bunch of fun. I got to, it was the first time we got to meet face to face because we got to actually talk over the internet, which was really cool. And I got to meet Jade from Jade Ray Reads and Pris from Pris Peruses. And it was awesome. And then there goes Pris pumping me up and was like, oh, you should go subscribe to her. And she made this really funny video 2 years ago when I didn't have a ring light. And so my lighting was rather shit and the quality was not as good, but apparently it's still funny because a lot of people found it funny. So thank you to everybody who have since subscribed because of Pris, Steph, and Jade. I appreciate it. Glad to have you here, but a couple of things. So for me, I am not one, I've seen this happen on BookTube, YouTube in general before, on a live show or something like that. If somebody's close to a milestone, 1K, 1.5, 2K, whatever, the people in the live will encourage the people in the chat to go subscribe to people, which is fine. I love the support, but not that I don't want people here, but I want you to subscribe to me because you like my personality, which that's kind of terrifying, or you like my content. I don't want it to be a pity subscription. Oh God, that sounds so ungrateful. And I don't mean to sound ungrateful. I just have seen where this happens and then a whole bunch of them drop off because they really don't like the creator or the content. So if you're here, just letting you know, this is how I film. So I do not put makeup on. I don't do my hair. It's not that I don't care, but I also can't be bothered. This is a hobby for me. I don't do this for pay. This is just for fun. I love to read. I joined BookTube in 2018 so that I could meet people who read, because nobody in my real life reads like I do. And so it's hard when you want to talk to people about what you're reading and nobody you know reads. Sorry if the angle changed. I was having camera issues. That's another thing. The fact that I don't get myself all dressed up to film because I work a full-time job with crazy ass hours, and I have 2 kids. I have 2 teenage kids, one who's special needs, one who plays 3 sports, so we're constantly running. So when I have time to film, I sneak in and have time to film. In my real life, I don't put makeup on every day. I don't do my hair every day. My hair is almost always up like it is right now, and I don't wear makeup unless it's a special occasion. Filming is not a special occasion for me, so I'm not going to waste expensive makeup just to film, if that makes sense. Doesn't mean I don't take it seriously, because I take doing this seriously enough, but that's why I don't. Also, I don't have fancy equipment. I film on my phone, and I have since 2019. My husband did give me a little digital camera, but I couldn't see myself, so I couldn't see where I was centered. So with a phone, I can see myself, so I know where to look. I know how it's centered. I know how it looks. Yeah, so I film on my phone. I don't have fancy camera equipment. I do have a ring light now that's tiny, that's usually used for makeup or makeup tutorials or whatever, where my phone sits right in the middle. It's small, but I film on my bed because I live in a tiny apartment. So my ring light, which is short, is sitting on top of an ottoman where my phone's in it. So if I move, the camera moves. So occasionally my camera does shake. I apologize. Again, I am not a fancy booktuber. If you are here for the Hot Mess. This is the Hot Mess Express channel. I'm just here to talk about books. That's about it. I did get a light so that you can actually see me, because the only light source is on this side of the room. And if I used to film facing it, but it washed out the background really bad and made it totally dark and made me look really pale. I am pale, but still. And it made it harder, especially since I live in Washington State. There's a lot of cloudy and rainy days. So even with the natural light sitting in front of it, there's not enough. Observe. That's the lighting. This is better. You can see me and whatever book I happen to be holding up. So just letting you guys all know, this is what you're getting into. I also swear a whole fucking lot. I swear a lot. I do not mince words. I swear a lot. So if swearing offends you, probably not going to like my channel. I do tend to rant when I don't like things, even if they're unpopular opinions. I guess I don't really need to warn anybody about that. I mean, most channels, they do rant. sometimes about stuff they don't like. I do not intentionally read things that I know I'm not going to like. That's not what I do. I try to read things that I know I'm going to like. I'm a strict DNFer. I DNF all the time. Usually when I do DNF, I will tell you why I DNF'd. My editing skills are all right. I can edit to where I try to take out all the ums that I tend to say because that's just how I talk. I always try to edit out any touching of my face, or if like I sneeze, or if my nose itches, or like if I take a big deep breath or a pause to swallow or something. I always try to take that shit out because I know it annoys people. Sometimes I miss them. I'm not the best at editing. I don't have super fancy editing software. I do have editing software that I pay for, but it's not like the Premiere Pro and stuff that all the big booktubers use. Like I just can't be bothered to spend that much and learn that much when I only usually post about twice a month. I used to try to post every week, and then life got a lot busier. A lot more stuff was happening in my personal life, and I did not have enough time to post weekly. And then I kind of ran out of creative juices. Like everything I saw everybody else was doing, like, not that I didn't necessarily want to do it, but I didn't want to do it, and I didn't want to repeat what other people were doing. So for the most part, I post a TBR. Usually I didn't for March because I was mood reading and I wasn't sure what to read. And I always post a wrap up. And I slumped like almost all of 2021. There was hardly any content. Doing better in 2022. What is it? It's March 18th, and I have read 5 big, huge, chunky books, and I'm halfway through another big, huge 980-page book. So doing okay for March, but there's some months where I hardly read at all. I'm busy. I have a family. Like, that's just how it goes. Feel like I shouldn't have to, explain it, but I also feel like I do because there's new people here who are frequenters of channels who post at least once a week, if not multiple times a week. So I'm just letting you know, I'm not that extra. I'm not that dedicated. It's not like for Becca where this is her job now. And so she puts all of her effort into it because it is her job. And she does a fantastic job at what she does. So for me, this isn't a job. This is a hobby. So just letting you know. So in celebration of 1K, I'm going to do a Q&A. So if you want to leave any questions in the comments down below, I will do another video and answer them all for you. I think I've knocked out some of the basics. Like, yes, this is how I actually look. Yes, I do change my hoodies on occasion, but I have, like, this is my husband's hoodie, and so he will purposely leave a smelly hoodie or one that just has a lot of his cologne or whatever on it for me to wear while I'm, like, hanging out at home on my days off or whatever. I do actually get dressed to go in the real world, usually only to go to work and sometimes other things. I am married with 2 kids. I live in Washington State in the United States. The state, not the capital, not Washington, D.C. I live in the state. I live on the West Coast. Those are kind of like basic. Oh, age. I'm almost 38 years old, so I'm an old lady booktuber. I am not one of the young ones. I don't read a lot of YA. I'm not really a big fan of it. I like fantasy, thriller, horror, some historical fiction, some literary fiction, depending on what it is. A little bit of sci-fi, depending if it's not super hard sci-fi. Those are kind of my tastes. Yeah, I guess those are kind of all the basic stuff. So if you want to know anything else, please ask me in the comments down below, especially since I got like an extra 100 or 200 of you yesterday. At least 100. I got at least 100 new subs yesterday. So you guys don't really know me much yet. You just met me yesterday on the lives. And I spent 12 hours yesterday sprinting, jumping from one live show to another. It was me and Marissa on her channel. And then Steph invited me into hers. And then I was with the late night crew. So yeah, last night was Mel, Rye, Pris, me, and then Marissa again. So yeah, I spent 12 hours sprinting yesterday, and today will be another sprinting day, and that's how I get my reading done. I don't even know how to read without sprinting anymore. I have set up a StreamYard account, so I eventually might do sprints on my own channel at some point. Don't know when I'm going to get the confidence to do it. Mel from Melanor Reads, I will link her again down below. She has helped me a lot in like getting StreamYard set up and like coaxing me through it, being like, it's really not that hard. It's pretty easy. You'll be okay. You can do it. But it still terrifies me to be the one in charge. And like, what if I fuck up? And like, it doesn't look that hard to fuck up, but still it's me and I get anxious and, don't want to screw anything up. Here's the old lady trying to sprint and like go live and doesn't know what she's doing. So again, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So it would be fun to do that on my own and like invite people in. We'll see how it goes. But that's it. This is just a short video. Of course, I say short and I've been filming for 11 minutes because I'm ridiculous. That's another thing. I never shut the fuck up. So, you know, my videos are long. Like, if I can get a video under 15 minutes, it's a fucking miracle. But that's it. I just wanted to thank everybody who subscribed yesterday. Like, you know, you got me to 1K. Like, I've been sitting at between 900 and 930 for probably well over a year now. And I know that's because I don't promote myself much. The algorithm doesn't favor me because I'm not posting content constantly. And I know that, and that's fine. Like, this is, again, not a job. This is just for fun. And even yesterday, I met a whole bunch of new people, which was really exciting. And that's the whole reason why I started BookTube and why I joined the community. So of course, I'll be doing a March wrap up. Once I finish the book that I'm reading, I have a video idea that I want to do. So that's kind of in the works. And then once, I'm going to let this video sit for at least 5 to 6 days and see how many questions I get. And then of course I'll film that. So I have 3 videos that I'm already thinking of doing. So I guess that's good. That's better than I have in like a year and a half. So just so you know, like, I'm very sporadic. I am so sorry. Again, also sporadic when I film because I'm not very professional and I don't sound professional and I don't ever know when to stop talking and I never know how to end a video. So I just sound like an awkward weirdo. So there's that. But that's it for real this time. Please leave any questions you have for me down in the comments and I will answer them in another video. I will always be here on my bed. This is where I film. This is where I did the sprints. Like, I am almost always in this spot unless I have to leave the house. My husband's domain is the bedroom or the living room. I have the bedroom. I have my own TV. That's just how it is. So I will always be here. And I might start vlogging again, but I don't know. With COVID, the vlogs kind of stopped for me. But okay, now I'm fucking rambling. All right, I'm leaving. Please leave all of your questions in the comments down below, and I will see you soon. Bye.